All right. So, the party blows through the Seekers of the Sun who had been misguidedly intending to return Lithram to his father, clearly under the watchful guise of the San family, and makes their way north up to the Orc camp as you transition to an area of numerous tents and cots and horses and orcs preparing and fighting and training as they've been moving south, progressively striking and marching here and there, and you make your way to the main camp. It is awfully close to Hakai by now. They've been making moves to the point where Junko Issei herself looks a bit surprised at just how far they've managed to come. Clearly, they have advanced further than she knew yesterday. And as you arrive, Potluck calls out as he sees you, says, "Ha ha ha ha! The cat came back!"
Of course I did.
Rest of you are here too.
Yeah, I brought everybody. Not just me. Everyone's alive.
And...
Including your fellow orc, Thorold.
Ah! Thorold, son of Targagoth. Always welcome back, Thorold. And Potluck exchanged pleasantries as he looks over. And you've brought an Imperial here. So
Wow.
I assume not a hostage? Her eyes just go wide as soon as he says that. It's like, no, we're negotiating on behalf of the Empire. She's kind of looking back and forth at all of you.
Oh, yes. We're hoping to maybe broker a peace so that, well, things don't get any worse than Garakan.
You may not have to deal with the Dragon Empire any further.
Well, boss will want to talk to you. Kitty, you're not interested in any of this negotiation bullshit, are you?
No, I'm not much of a negotiator, you know me. You
All
got
right,
things
all
we
right.
can rumble and tumble and do some fighting.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's have a little training.
Yeah, let's warm up these little soldiers you call soldiers.
You show them what's for.
Yeah. 2 + 2 is 5.
As Kitty goes over that way, the rest of you are able to make your way forward to meet the Orc Lord, who is, busy, but he takes note of you. Also takes note of who you're with, and looks over and says, "Well, if it isn't the heroes of Garakan, then well met." Comes over, says, so that's the shape of it then. You're here for Atta, I assume. Goro Atashan.
Yes.
Oh, well, figured it had to be coming. Alright. Step into my tent. Let's have a little chat. You head in there. You go in and you see that Goro Atashan is being kept in this very tent. He's got a dragon chessboard in front of him. As you can see, Atta's been kept as an honored guest. Playing myself in dragon chess, he mostly beats me. Difference from the battlefield, but I've been learning fast. Atta notices as you come in. Champions. He's very much a humbled man. There's no weapon on him. It doesn't take much to see that he's surprised to be in the position he finds himself in. The Orc Lord sits back in a rather large fur-adorned chair and says, "Well, then, we're negotiating. I guess we'd best get it started. What does the Dragon Empire come offering?"
That's a great question. I'm gonna defer to Junko.
Yes, we have in acknowledgement of your advances, come here with the intention of offering up the city of Garakan, claiming no further claim upon that city, in exchange for the safe return of Goroata Shan. The ongoing war effort and any other discussions that need to be made, we can continue to have, but for the time being, that is what we are willing to offer in exchange for Goroata. He pauses for a long moment and says, "So you're offering me something I've already got in exchange for something else I've already got."
The current situation back in Hakai, they still see Garakan as their own and are willing to sally forth to take it back. So this would be more of they relinquish the title to you and recognize your claim as legitimate.
Make a persuasion check, Stas. Clan speaker, yeah. Clan
yep.
speaker.
Cool.
This falls into that sort of diplomatic realm. He ponders for a moment and says, I hear what you're saying, that they view themselves as the rightful owners of Garakan, and pretty much anywhere else they've laid boot. Doesn't make it true. We are at war here. I've no doubt that they, sure, maybe they relinquish claim to Garakan, but doesn't mean they're not going to come try and take it back. You've been in Hakai for, how long has it been? 3 days?
Too freaking long.
You know what a den of vipers they are.
It is horrendous.
It's a mess.
Junko is just, it is the seat and the jewel of the Empire.
It is a shithole, honestly.
I'm surprised
terrible.
you've survived as long as you have. In all
horrendous.
Aral is just cracking up behind
It's
all
the
of you.
worst place I've ever been in my life, and I was born underground.
I know I'm usually pretty diplomatic about these things, but my god.
Anyways, continue.
I'm not here. Kitty would have a lot to say.
Although I would also posit that I don't believe what we encountered in Garakan is entirely over in Hakai.
Alright, now that I do want to hear more about. I never seem to meet you folks under nice conditions.
No, unfortunately not.
What exactly is coming?
Well, I mean, do you want to hear about the giant collapsing chasms in the desert and the Lich King taking to going underground and the demons crawling up from the bowels of the planet? Or
He says, I'm sure he doesn't want to hear. No, that actually does sound pretty interesting.
which part do you want to hear about?
How about the parts of it that most directly relate to Hakai, seeing as how really the only way I can win this war is to take that city. What's happening there? What's this nonsense about demons and it's you guys. Anybody else I'd call it nonsense. What's happening in Hakai?
What isn't happening?
Junko.
Well,
I feel
I mean-
so bad for her right now.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't be shit-talking your city and all that, but again, like, so you know how the Poe family was sort of responsible for creating the whole situation in Garakan?
Yeah, it was that Poe Vitakuna started the whole thing. Had her, what was her name? Edie Kitsu go poison the soldiers and poison my own clan as well.
So good news and bad news. The good news is they're all dead. I don't really know what the bad news was. I was mostly thinking of, Innie was actually going to sort of trying to turn a new leaf and was beheaded. So that's
or does he know that she made a deal with the Lich King in order to get that?
I don't think you shared those exact details as to how it came about, but he knows it's a poison.
Well, I feel like
obviously.
he should know that. That's not something I have any desire to keep secret. I think the Lich King is no one's ally.
He is no ally of the living.
Yes. So I feel like maybe we should share that piece of information.
Who was the one that brought Getsu
So that was Han Shoku.
Han.
Somewhat
The other crazy
psychopathic.
guy. Only somewhat.
Champion of Hakai, and prominent member of the council, one of the leaders of the Han family, who, though the party doesn't know, is currently moving in on San territory.
Oh, that's gonna be fantastic.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that's an interesting situation there. So yeah, you you lay some of that out. He says, Lich King. I mean, all the undead shit happening in Garakan, I mean, it's not that big of a stretch, but they were actively working with them. Now they're all dead, but is the stuff secured?
Is there a way that we could sort of spin things where it's not a lie? Like, we really aren't lying, telling him things with demonic stuff is so volatile in Hakai right now, you literally might not want to take over there, because if everything sort of collapses and becomes a giant demon pit, it's going to be a really terrible place to be.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, oh yeah, we could just probably spin this as, honestly, just wait.
Yeah.
Wait like a week.
So yeah, as you start to lay this out, Junko is getting more and more uncomfortable with the conversation.
Oh yeah, sorry again, Junko. We're very sorry. It was,
I mean, it's. I can only assume it is a negotiating tact.
Every one of us came here with the intention of trying to spare as many lives as possible, and that's what we're doing. That's what we said we were going to do from the beginning. I think we literally stood in front of the council and said we were going to try and spare as many lives as possible.
You lay all of this out for Dibit Khan, and he just says, well, shit. Time is not something we have a tremendous luxury. It sounds like nobody's got much of a luxury of time, but the Empire is bringing up their forces from the south and from the west.
Like, have we told him about the Diabolist and about our entire demon battle on,
Well, if it were anyone other than you folks, shit.
It's a lot to take in.
We don't have much luxury of time here. The Empire is bringing up their forces. What you're saying is, we got two choices. Either we move faster and we take Hakai and end this war, and then get the fuck out, because that place is a hellhole. Or we wait and hope everything's gonna collapse anyways, and you're not offering great options there. And on top of that, we still don't have a fair price for Goro here.
Right. Are you joking? We just gave you so much information. We could have let you march into Hakai and let all of your freaking.
No, you're right. You're right. The information is not. Information is not worth nothing.
Steal, but do not play with me. We just gave you so much information. We just saved you like I don't even know how many potential lives. You're welcome.
Always a pleasure having a conversation with you folks. Listen. Here's what I'm willing to offer you. Goro Ata returns with you. No use to us here. Sign of, if not goodwill, at least honor amongst men and orcs. Goro Ata goes back. Garakan remains under our banner. And in order to ensure that that is not a promise that is lightly gone back on, the Empire sends missives east, west, and south to the Zoral Swamp, to the Litter, and to the Elves. The Empire sends missives to the other forces of this world, letting them know that Garakan is Orcish. This agreement must be made public. In terms of how we deal with Hakai and this information you have given us, I thank you for the information. I will consult with my men as to the best way of handling it, as I'm sure you will consult with yours. Is there anything else you feel we need to discuss?
I turned to Junko for the first time in a while, and I'm like, so how do you feel about this? I mean, technically she's getting what she wants.
Honestly, missives, it's... the Empire is not taking back Garakan anytime soon. I'm sure I can bring that before the Council. I won't be sharing the exact nature of this conversation with them. You understand, all of the intelligence sharing and everything. That seems a bit... Well, there are things they don't need to know. We can operate along these lines. We're going to scan outside to what's happening with Kitty and Potluck. Kitty,
Yeah?
you are, in fact, not working with the troops. Potluck is pulling you aside and says, well, Cat, that, I know you want to stretch your legs a little bit, get some training in, but that was mainly for show. Orkranar wanted us to provide an offer to you without the Imperial diplomat being present. Figured the easiest way was to separate you from the others, and it is only fitting that the real negotiation, the only negotiation that matters, is the one that happens between green bloods.
Green blood.
What was that about drinking the Kool-Aid?
I don't know, but it's gonna be bad for all of you.
Kitty's
the worst person to do this negotiation.
She drank that Kool-Aid a long time ago.
Bring this, it is fine for you to bring this to your companions. The Empire need not know about it, but I offer one additional possibility. You return to Hakai with whatever deal the Orc Lord cooks up in there. He's going to offer something he thinks you'll accept. Whatever their terms are in there, he's going to maybe add a very minor thing to it and agree entirely to the terms that your people provide. You'll
good.
return back. Orkranar would like for you and your party to then open the gates of Hakai and let us in. We sweep into Hakai. We arrest the ruling families and take swift control. If things are bad, we evacuate if you deem that required.
Well,
If
I can
we
already
take
tell you
Hakai-
the whole city's a shit show.
So he's saying all of this unaware of the conversation that's just taken place between us.
Yeah, he doesn't know the conversation taking place. The Orc Lord is just, with the fact that y'all are involved, assuming that things are bad. He also knows that he knows about Hakai being, kind of a nightmare. And so the offer that he's saying is, go back, take everything there, but stab the Empire in the back. Let the orcs in. We sweep in, we sweep to power. And in exchange for this, we do what you think is right for the city. You think it should be ruled under Orc rulership immediately, if you think it should be emptied of people, if you think, well, whatever it is you think. If we are in control of Hakai, we control the Dragon Empire, we end the war.
Well, you should know the whole place is a shit show. It's like someone took a big old dookie and they just left it right there and they rotted out in the sun for about a week.
Oh my god. Damn.
I've never been, but you paint an
Yeah.
evocative picture.
I figured I'd do something everybody could relate to.
Everybody
Don't stand
poops.
downwind. Yeah, don't stand downwind.
He says, this is the offer we provide. The real offer. If you decline, we continue as we have. You continue as you have. If you accept, it is the swiftest possible way to bring an end to things. You must discuss with you and yours. We are coming to Hakai one way or another. We must. You decide how that goes. If you have agreed to our terms, you have those among you who can call lightning.
Yeah,
If we see a bolt of lightning streak, not down but up, directly above and behind the dragon's nest, we will know that is our signal to attack. If that signal is not given, well, you are green-blooded. We trust you.
Yeah, you know me.
If you want this war ended, this is the swiftest way.
I like it. I'm definitely gonna tell everybody. Well,
Not
everybody
in the
except
presence
us.
of the Imperial, of course. We shift back inside the tent, as you all knew he was This is a man with a plan. So he says, well, then I suppose we are in perfect agreement. Atta, you are free to go. You are to be returned to your brother and to your people. Garaken stands under the banner of the Orc Lord, of Orcanar. On behalf of myself, I really hate every time I run into you people because you always bring really crazy ass news, but
Useful.
it is nice to see you.
Useful news.
Yeah,
Good to see
useful.
you still kicking.
Useful in the same way as knowing that you got ball cancer. You can deal with it, but shit, it sucks to find out. Useful indeed. Yeah, and so you a remarkably quick negotiation with nothing happening in the background, of course.
Nope.
And, all right. If you have no further things to discuss with Alistair Dybbuk, you can retire. You've traveled through the day, so the party has a chance to retire to their tents. And when in private, Kitty, do you reveal any of these things to the rest of the group?
I tell them nothing because Junko is still.
We'll say that there will be a moment in which they have retired to their own tent, and so if you wanted to like pop by and like make,
I come over and I
Words.
say, "Oh, hey guys, I hope you had a good meeting, but just so you know, I gave Porridge the key to the city, and the orcs are gonna have a Kai. I thought you'd be okay with that. Yeah.
potluck.
Great.
Porridge is dead. Potluck.
Potluck. I gave it to Potluck. Son of Porridge.
Son of Pumpernickel.
Son of Pumpernickel. So, are you guys okay with that?
Oh. I mean, would really like to keep everyone out of the city if we could help it.
Yeah, no, they'll wait. I told them you would shoot lightning in the sky, and that'd be great. Then they'll attack. I'll give the city to the orcs. What do you think? They're better than those terrible people. Oh, and we'd get to stay important.
I mean, that's not really too much of my concern at this point.
Green blood. green blood.
Oh
Come on, put your hands in. Let's chat. Come on, everybody, on the count of 3. Put your hands in the circle. Green blood.
No.
So I should have said no.
Thorold is just kind of like
Did you say yes?
throwing his brow, and Thorold's like, Kitty, can you maybe give specifics? What do you mean by you gave the city to the orcs?
Well, let's see. Damn it. Well, you should have asked me an hour ago, and I would have remembered better. Potluck. Yeah,
I've
that
been
guy.
wondering if everyone was going to die. I've decided
he,
it's a 90% at this point.
No, we're not gonna die. So
I meant
yeah,
everyone everywhere.
he pulled me into the corner and he said that it's time for the real negotiation, because he said you guys weren't really important and only people with green blood mattered, and that's me. Sorry, Thorold.
Oh.
And he said that they want the city, and I didn't say no.
I mean, it's not. I'm
That's
not
the worst
crazy.
outcome.
I mean, but I'm not crazy for not wanting anyone in the city, correct?
No, you're not crazy. But that he made that offer at the same time that we were talking to the Orc Lord. Like, he hasn't even been relayed that information yet, has he?
Nope.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Potluck doesn't
We
know how
probably-
bad.
You didn't tell him how bad it was, Kitty,
Are
did you?
I described the city as a big old pile of dookie left on a sidewalk out in the sun for about a week, and it didn't seem to bother him at all.
Here's my question. After we get Goro, are we expected to just like leave immediately, or can we sort of linger and camp here for
Wait,
them
we got Goro?
and wait
Great,
for
what are we doing here? Let's go!
and wait
Oh.
for wait for the sort of conversations to happen between who they need to happen and see if a more revised counter offer is made to us?
You're asking me?
Well, I mean, are you not the one running the show here, Joey?
Sometimes I wonder. Sorry. The current expectation would be that negotiations are concluded, but if you wish to have further conversations, that I mean, you absolutely could say, we've considered and we'd like to talk further on certain specific issues. If you wanted to do such things in private, you might have to finagle some sort of way to do that, like without Junko Issei involved, but yeah, I mean, if you wanted to have further negotiations, you are, here to negotiate. So yeah, you could leave, but you could also try to strike up another meeting, or I mean, it's nighttime. If y'all want to go try to have secret negotiations in the dark, I guess that could also be a way to make things secret.
My assumption was that even though this offer was being made to us, now that he has all of this sort of new information about demon and Lich King related stuff, maybe it might alter some of his plan. If that's not the case, I'll be surprised. It would definitely alter my plans if I were him, at least to some degree. That being said, it wouldn't be the worst thing if they took over Hakai. I think that entire city needs a hard reset.
There's also the question of what we're walking back into.
Yeah. I didn't actually know that there was an expectation for us to come back. Like,
I mean, I figure we have to sort of report back on how the diplomacy went, and there's also the matter of Kitty's dragon pearl.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I
it.
want my pearl back.
But then also, if the orcs end up taking over all of Hakai, it would be pretty easy to just go into the San household and fuck everything up.
Unless they make their escape beforehand as spies.
Well, the orcs are really close. We could ask them to get the San family. Or maybe Junko can unclean blade them for thievery.
How quickly our morals have fallen. This is what Hakai does to you. Honestly.
That's what Kitty does.
I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Or it's just like, what are we even doing? We were heroes. He just says, how can we be heroes again? How can we save the people of that city from what's coming? Because what's coming is, I mean, there's, at the very least, somebody in that city has that poison. And we know that is the tip of the iceberg. He just kind of looks around the group and says, Araza, what do you think? Ideal world. What would you do? What do you think needs to happen? How does
Ideal world, we gather much more information about what is happening as far as shit collapsing into the desert and Lich King related stuff, because that is a really huge crisis. And we figure out demon related stuff and what the hell is driving all of them to the surface and potentially save a lot of the people of Hakai.
Definitely just the orcs to like we need them to give us time to figure out what's going on in Hakai with the disease, who has it, who's involved. Now they're gathering forces from the south and the east, was it?
the West?
The west. Do we know what reason they were doing that for, or
To defend against the orcs. They've been attacked, so it's that's the thing, is the orcs know that they are outnumbered. If the full might of the Dragon Empire were allayed against them, they would not be able to win. The only chance they have viewed of themselves winning this war, and they knew they had to go to war when they were attacked. The only way that the Orc Lord saw that he could possibly win this war was to sweep in and take Hakai before they could get all their forces in order, which is why he's been moving so fast.
How long will it be before the forces are going to be around Hakai? Do we have an idea of how long that's going to take?
From what the conversation you just had with him, you get the sense that he feels like he can wait a little bit, but not very long. Like you could potentially try to do something before he moves, but he's got to keep going. He's still a little ways out from the city. You do still have some time, but he doesn't feel like he can wait. Because if he gets outnumbered, like, his only chance is that, you're right, Hakai is going down no matter what. In which case the Empire is distracted. But like, it is a tough situation to be in for everybody.
and there's no way we can convince him that like we don't have all the facts, and like his army can be destroyed just as easily as the rest of Hakai can, without the factor of the army that's being recalled back to the imperial capital.
You laid a lot of information on him. Yes, you could convince him to delay by a little bit, but you've got to find a way to get the information quickly, because he can't delay too much from his own point of view. Thorald says, okay, so it sounds like we need to know what's going on in the desert, what exactly is coming with these demon situation. And, I mean, Kitty's Dragon Pearl, this disease, the San family is our top suspect, right? After the whole Seekers of the Sun thing?
Yep.
Yes.
I think we need to infiltrate them. I think we need to find out what they know.
Was it the Suns that were looking for info on Edoyan?
Yes, it was.
We can get in that way, I guess.
Harold says, we can also... It's really risky, but if we're laying all the options on the table, looks over at you, Lithram,
Yuzu is bait.
the prodigal son returns,
This is true.
and then he also looks at Stas. And then there's the desert.
Yeah.
Is it just
I know
me, or
Thorwald
was
can't.
Garakan simple?
Yeah. I know Thorwald can't be too happy with the San family too, since they're
No. There
aiding and
is
abetting.
there is a reason why he is emphasizing them, and maybe I'm taking liberties with will not hear, but I do feel like Thorold would want to know about what's going on with these Seekers of the Sun, considering what he has recently found out.
I also want my damn pearl back, and I'm going in that house, like it or not. So what are we gonna do?
I think ideal world we have stave off the orcs for a little bit and
Enough
take
so we
out this
can.
take out the San family.
Well, the good news is they're not gonna come in the city until you shoot some lightning in the sky. So there is that.
They got to be close for that. Which
Exactly.
means they need to move.
But they're not gonna go in the city until they see lightning. Me and Potluck really, that was the biggest thing. So just don't shoot any lightning in the air, no matter what.
So we tell them, yes, it's a maybe. We need a little bit of time and wait for our signal, and we try to get what we need to know as fast as we can. Deal with the Sans, maybe deal with the desert. See if we can figure out anything else with the demon situation. Do as much as we possibly can.
How much time are we talking? Are we talking a week, a fortnight, a month?
If we consider this, it takes a day for you to get from where you are back to the city. It takes about 13 hours, I would say, to get back from where you are. So if the next morning you rush back, the orcs have been moving relatively quickly. You might have 2 days before they arrive. If you use that time wisely, you might be able to get the things that you know. By the time the orcs are arrayed outside the city, likely you would need to have a decision. But you have a little bit of time because they have some territory they still need to cover in order to besiege Hakai. You've got maybe a couple of days from when you get back.
That's not long enough to undertake a con like that. I feel, especially with how untrusting the families of Hakai already are. That would be a lot. Mastermind our way into their household and somehow also sneak information and also not get caught and or killed.
The easiest way is usually that which is most bloody.
If they, the orcs do take Hakai, how do they see that panning out? Like, they take the city, but the Empire's forces are already on the way to the city. Do they then plan to defend the city with the orcish forces inside?
The idea would be you take the Emperor hostage and you force a concession.
And who would lead? He wants to do it?
I mean, either you force a concession, armistice, redrawing of territory. The Imperials keep Hakai and they keep their territory, or keep some of their territory, but the war is ended because, unconditional surrender. The orcs take what they choose, or the orcs take the city. But usually wars of this nature tend to end in a redrawing of lines. In other words, If the Emperor is taken, maybe he feels like he can't continue the fight, his life is in danger. He says, okay, gives the order, my troops stand down. This is the new line. The orcs have this territory. The war is over.
And what kind of line would the Orc Lord ideally be looking to redraw?
I mean, he would want a chunk of the Empire, for sure. There's no question about that. They would want some farmland. Probably, all things considered, they would want the north. From the mountains to the steppes to the farmland. Something along the lines of this. The Empire, of course, is not willing to give this, but if the orcs took Hakai, they might feel they had no choice. That's the calculus that's going on here. Regardless, when you get back, you have a day or two. You know some of the things that you can attempt to do and try to get more information. Exactly what you can accomplish in that time is a question, but you know that you always have the fallback of saying, screw it, let's let the orcs in, and then tell them evacuate the city, or tell them you're in charge, or whatever it might be. Do you want to talk with the Orc Lord any further, or do you think, let's leave it as it is, let's get back to Hakai and see what we can do in the time that we have, and then evaluate from there whether we send lightning into the sky?
I think it might be good just to let him know that we need a few days, especially, if anything, if nothing, literally nothing else, than to just say, like, be able to say with confidence, like, oh, we've taken out the threat of more plague or disease, or we have at least some better idea of what is waiting for them on the other side.
I agree. We should at the least just kind of say, give us a little bit of time to ensure that the threat of plague is eliminated.
Yeah, I could tell. Potluck, something like that. Telling me it's gotta wait at least, I don't know, aim for at least 5 days. You won't see lightning for at least 5 days. And if he can do math, that's up to him. If he can't do math, well, we'll see what happens.
All right. Operating through the intermediary, Potluck, Kitty relays the message. We have things that need to be done. The city is a ever metastasizing turd. 5 days is begged. They don't like it, but the message has been delivered.
Ever metastasized turd. I like that. That's good. You're a linguist.
I am a wordsmith. Not a good one, but I am. As this is relayed and revealed, the party prepares to head back to the city of Hakai, stepping once more into the Viper's Den. While it's happening, though the party members don't know it, we outside have the bit of dramatic irony in knowing that the street war of Hakai is heating up. With Junko Issei gone, the Edo family is advancing north. The Goro family advancing west, creating a pincer movement and squashing the Junkos in the middle. The Han family pushing into San territory, who is wriggling and writhing their way back and will eventually make a play at the Dragon's Nest itself, with a little bit of help from Edo. A fierce and stalwart allegiance between Goro and Kazai has formed, and they are marching their way in both to Han territory, Junko territory, and eventually Mazami territory. all of these things are taking place, and a little bit of a reveal coming here. Zombies start to be seen for the first time in this part of the map.
Oh no.
I'm not surprised.
As things will have to take place, and this this is a bit of dramatic irony as the party doesn't know, but if you remember our game a couple of weeks ago, Will was playing the Han family, I was playing the San family. Will was advancing and attacking me. You already know that the San family is one of our problematic situations. The Han is the other one. So they're using that shit on each other.
Oh, they both have it?
They both have it.
Oh no.
Delightful.
And
Great.
so we've got a little bit of an outbreak starting to happen.
No.
Well, if the orcs want to fight zombies, they're gonna have a lot of them.
Are the Yants even gonna be there by the time we get back?
The San family?
The San family.
I mean, I did survive in our game, but it wasn't a peaceful situation. Yeah, they get pushed. They get attacked. Like, clearly this family had an arrangement earlier on, these two families, and that, based on what we did in our game, that arrangement has broken down. They are turning on each other. Which is why during our game was like, oh shit, this is gonna be interesting. These two families are feuding. But
Well, they might be feuding down here, but these families are all about loving and not fighting.
Makes such a cute couple.
Yeah,
they do.
don't
It
they?
does work. All of that to come as you return to the city none of you really wants to be in.
Oh, I really don't want to go back here. And now I want to go even less. Oh.
But duty calls.
Shithole we go.
Garakan was like a pretty chill place, and it became a hellhole when faced with undead outbreaks. This place was already totally miserable. I honestly dread to experience what it's going to be like with zombie outbreaks.
This is gonna be a crazy next few sessions. Everything is starting to build and yeah. I'm gonna have to make some battle maps.
Oh no.
We got some catastrophe on the way. We'll see what you can do about it. Clearly you are very martially capable. You just waltz through those Seekers of the Sun, but I'm sure even you know things might get bad in Hakai.